Yes, Aditya, you can start.
All right. Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I am your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, and this is our meeting number 155. I would like to begin by stating the mission of the Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before we start the meeting, I would like to give a few instructions that we need to follow in the online meeting environment. I request all speakers and role bearers to prefix their role to their name so that it is easy to identify them. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech, requesting the speakers to also confirm that they can see the timer cards before their speech. I would also request you to not type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking. Do not click on share screen unless your speech or role requires you to do so. You can display a high five or namaste when taking over or leaving from your role. You can connect with the Zoom master for a technical glitch. The meeting is also being recorded. In case you have any reservations on your speech being recorded, please let us know. And also please keep your phones on silent mode when you are speaking and please refrain on speaking on topics like religion, politics. There are three ways of giving an applause. If you can clap on your video or use a Zoom reaction. And now it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome our presiding officer of the day. So with a thunderous applause, let us welcome the president of our club and the presiding officer for the meeting, Toastmaster Prashant. Over to you, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you, Aditya, for laying the ground rules. Good morning and welcome to the Toastmasters meeting number 155 on this rainy Sunday morning. I am Toastmaster Prashant and I will be your presiding officer for today's meeting. So there is abundant knowledge on communication and leadership skills that is available on YouTube, Google, and many books. But the knowledge we get out of looking at these videos or the website content and the books will vanish very easily because it is not practiced by you. The only knowledge that is practiced becomes a skill and lasts forever. The Toastmasters is a platform which will develop your skills by making you practice or experiment two things: the knowledge you already have and the knowledge you get from your fellow Toastmasters. For example, without having a bicycle and by just reading a book on how to ride bicycles, it is not possible to learn how to ride. But once you learn it, you will never forget it because it has now become an acquired skill. Each Toastmaster is like a kid, and Toastmasters is a platform which is like a home. So let us all experiment, practice, make mistakes, and try new things, just like the kids have the freedom to experiment at home. So when we perform at a place other than Toastmasters, we would be near perfect, which would be felt by you as well as your colleagues who have been with you for several years. So with this note, let's move ahead with the meeting and welcome our guest. So I can see we have two guests today, or maybe three. So first I would like to call out guest Dean Pereira. Uh, Dean, can you
Hi.
unmute? Yeah, hi Dean. Can you
Hi,
introduce
good morning.
yourself and let us know how did you come to know about Toastmasters? Yeah.
Oh yeah, hi. I'm Dean, and I am a video game developer. I've previously worked in advertising, and I'm currently working on a real estate virtual tours platform. And I've been wanting to improve my public speaking skills for a while now. Um, and I've found Toastmasters through just searching online. I was previously part of a club, I think over a year ago. and I took a break and I had a lot of work that I was occupied with. So I want to get back. And my main goal for joining Toastmasters is getting over the fear of public speaking more than anything else.
Sure. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dean. And yes, a very interesting profession. I'm sure most of us in our childhood were very much fond of playing video games, and you were a video game developer. So good to hear that. Yeah, hope you enjoy the meeting. Then I can see guest Smith. Smith, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know how did you come to know about Toastmasters?
So yeah, hello sir. I'm Mitesh. I attended your meeting last time in the offline mode. So yeah,
Yeah.
I got to know about Toastmasters using matlab, through a contact. So my relative
Okay.
is a Toastmaster, and he recommended it to me. And yeah, my purpose is also to improve my communication and public speaking. So yeah, this is a good opportunity. Thanks.
Sure. Yes, Smith, we have met already, but I could not make out as your video is off. So yeah, welcome again and hope you enjoy the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
And then we have Mitesh Rajendra. Mitesh, can you introduce yourself and let us know how did you come to know about Toastmasters?
Um, I came to know about Toastmasters through my friend, and I'm a member of the University of Canterbury Toastmasters Club, District 72, and Golden Empire Toastmasters Club, District 33. Visiting Toastmaster. Thank you.
Sure. Sure, welcome Mitesh. And I have remember you have joined one of our previous meetings also. So
Yeah, thank
yeah,
you.
I remember you. Yes. Uh, so I can see someone who has joined with 91704. So is it, can you introduce
Yeah,
yourself? Yeah.
hello. Thank you for having me. My name is Sirat, and this is my second meeting. I had joined one more meeting a few days back also. So for all those who were not there that day, I am Sirat Botra, and I have recently moved to Bombay. I am in the finance industry, and I'm working in PNB MetLife as an actuary. And apart from that, as many people have just like many other people, I also joined Toastmaster to improve my public speaking skills and networking skills also. And I got to know about Toastmasters from the internet a few years back, but then COVID happened and a lot of things, so I could not join Toastmasters back then. So thank you, and I look forward to have a great meeting.
Yeah. Thank you, Prerak, and welcome to the meeting. And I hope you enjoy the meeting and make sure you stay till the end. So yes, now moving forward to the Toastmaster of the day for today. He is a graduate in management studies. He loves reading and traveling, and he has today come up with a very simple yet relevant theme for today's meeting. Please welcome Toastmaster Mitesh with a big round of applause.
Okay.
Over to you,
Thank you.
Mitesh.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant, for a warm introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I'm Toastmaster Mitesh and your Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. Okay, starting with the meeting, starting with today's theme, that is happiness. So, when we talk about happiness, what comes in your mind first? Like, of course, happiness is not something that can be defined by is something that is defined in any book or something that can be defined by some experts or something like that. Happiness is again, we can say that it is one of the emotions that can that depends on what about the factors that is happening around us at personal level, at societal level, at national level, and around the world that is happening. So happiness is one of the emotions that can are dependent on a lot of different factors, and it is very subjective emotion. It is one of the subjective emotions. Emotions are very subjective. It depends on a human psychology. So again, for me, the reason of happiness could be different. For you, the reason of happiness could be different. So This is one of the things. This is one of the emotions that is very different because it shows the diversity. It shows that what can be the reason. The reason for me the reason for me to be happy would be definitely different from the reason for you to be happy. So now I would like to ask one question to all the members, that what is your definition of happiness? Okay, so because here we have the 16 members in the meeting, so I would love to know that what is your definition of happiness. So you can start with a sentence like, for me the happiness is so and so, and you can talk about it. Like for you, what is the happiness? So who would like to come first?
Mitesh, I would like to try.
Yeah, Prashant, you can go with it.
So I think for me, happiness is having a sense of purpose in life, and having being able to fulfill that purpose, and have that sense of achievement. So that is happiness for me.
Great, that's great. Yes, of course. Having purpose in life, being ambitious, and achieving success and everything. So this is what the reason for happiness for Prashant. So anyone else who could come up and share their reason for happiness or in their life? Okay, Toastmaster Sudha, if you can share your reason for happiness.
For me, I think good morning, Toastmasters, and Mitesh trying to bring in a very relevant point today. And for me, happiness is about having a balance within yourself. I think balance could be an emotional, mental, physical, and also the surroundings have to be a peaceful environment. So when everything kind of gets together is when you kind of feel happy naturally. But I also feel you never get the perfect situation. So you have
Yes.
to turn on a smile on your face, and then happiness is a byproduct of that. That's the way I look at life. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, of course, ma'am. I think the ups and downs are the part of life, and we can't stay happy. Means obviously, happiness is something that if we have a positive outlook towards our setbacks also, so we can be happy in the sad situations also. So the point is, we need to live a very balanced life, and having a smile on the face, that could be one of the exercise we can follow to be happy in life. Okay, so anyone else who would like to go next? Toastmaster Bipin, would you like to share? Okay. Uh, yeah, first we'll go with Bipin and then Tushar.
Yeah,
What
hi,
is
good
your
morning,
reason
everyone.
for happiness in life?
Yeah, so for me, happiness is being occupied, uh, not only in work as well as with the family. So I would echo with Sudha ma'am. Yeah, having a balance in both, that is happiness for me.
Okay, means professionally occupied, professionally being more ambitious is what happiness is for you. That's a great thing. Yes, of course. This is one of the factors. Career and being very ambitious with your professional life is also one of the reasons for the happiness. Okay, so Tushar, what is your reason for
Yeah.
happiness?
Okay. So according to me, the happiness is subject to like what one person is happy. It might not be a happiness for other person. And for me, it's a gratitude. Like one should be grateful to whatever he has, or he should be content with whatever he owns. So that will help him to remain happy. And the according to me, the keys to happiness are like self-realization, satisfaction, and gratitude. Gratitude is the important thing for everyone to remain happy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think gratitude is something definitely important. I think we should be very happy that how much we are privileged in the society. Like whatever, if we are able to fulfill our needs, that is also one of the big achievement, and we should be grateful to it. So yes, we should be very humbled, and we should be very grateful to life that whatever it has provided us. Okay. So next, Toastmaster Neeraj, what could be your reason for happiness?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So for me, happiness would be uh, getting up and like doing like being aware of the fact that I was able to do things as per my plan, or like to be completely involved in whatever I've been doing. So when I go to bed, I would be happy that, like I have given all my efforts, irrespective of the result, whatever it might be. So it just continues to keep me happy and then look out for the next day. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
means yeah, giving your best in everything is what happiness for you is. Okay. Uh, okay, so anyone else? Okay, let's go to guest if they can share. Okay, guest Dean, if you could share your reason for happiness.
I think I find happiness, or I find myself being happy the most when I can see tangible results in the work that I do. I spend a lot of my time working, so when I can think about what my project was like a month ago versus what it is now, and I can, have like a visual measurement of that, I think that makes me really happy and gives me just more confidence in work.
Okay, means tangible results from your work. Obviously, when you achieve your goals, means whatever you are putting your efforts in. Obviously, when we get the sweet fruits for our results, we will be happy. We'll be satisfied. Yes, yes, what I've achieved, I've put in my efforts and I've achieved. So that is also one of the good reason to be happy. Okay, so next, Misha, if you could share the reason for your happiness.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Please accept my apology. I won't be able to switch on my camera. There's no bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a very beautiful question. It actually provokes a lot of thoughts as to what actually makes you happy in your life. For me, happiness is attaining peace. So if you have peace in your mind, it certainly leads to happiness because in this era and this time of world where we are living, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of unrest in the world. So if you're able to attain some peace amidst all this, then I feel that is happiness. So yeah, having peace is happiness for me.
Yes. Again, one of the great factor, peace of mind. Obviously, when we are in a peaceful situation, we are more patient, we are more happy, we are more stress free. So again, that is the great thing. If we have mental peace, if we are mentally, physically peaceful, we are happy. Okay, so who could go next? Rushikesh. Okay, if you could share your reason for happiness.
Yeah, so everyone has something or the other dreams, and when the dreams come true, that is something which I feel is a happiness for me. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, means yeah, dreams. When you are successful with your dreams, that means that is happiness. Of course, if you have achieved the level of happiness, the feeling of happiness when we achieve something is again it's very different, and we cannot describe it. So again, that is also a great reason for happiness. Okay, Toastmaster Sanket, if you could share your reason for happiness in life.
Thank you very much, Mitesh. I'm sorry I have a low bandwidth issue, so
No
I'm
issue.
not able to
Yeah.
on my camera. Happiness, as you earlier suggested, is subjective. I agree to that. And one thing that, few things that make me happy is the basic things. I have a roof over my head, I have a healthy body, a family that loves me, and a job that I like to do. So these are the few basic things that makes me happy. Rest, we live in a world which is chaotic to say the least. So when you have these basic elements in life, that makes me happy.
Yeah. Of course, the basic elements, the other or the internal factors of our life means obviously the job, the family, and the health. These are the
Community, our friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
community support and everything. So this is one of the reasons. Obviously, when we are happy with our basic needs, also that could also make us happy. Okay, so who would like to go? Toastmaster Aditya, would you like to share your reason for happiness?
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, again, apologies for not done on the video. I also have a low bandwidth on my end. Um, so yes, talking about happiness, I don't think it's just one thing. It's a combination of different things.
Yeah.
But the most important thing for me, one of the things that Sanket mentioned now is spending
Aditya,
time.
could you be a little louder? I think your voice might be cracking or
Okay,
it's
okay.
low.
I'm
Yeah.
audible now.
Yes, you're audible now.
Yes, one of the things that Sanket mentioned, family.
Yes.
Spending time with family, be it a long hard day, um, days of sorrow, or you're going through something, one thing that holds you together and gives you a reason to smile is your family. And all of us, we have work during the week, but during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we spend time with our family, have lunch together, watch TV, have talks, cheers, and laughs. So that is something we get recharged for another week. So for me, that moment is the happiest moment of the week. That's how I would like to define it.
Yes, spending time with family is one of the I think true reason for happiness, and especially obviously In India, it is more like the individuals will stay with their parents and their family, so they have that support, and that is why again one of the reason for them is for their happiness is their family and the relationships that they have, the kind of people connection that we have. Okay, so the next is guest Smith. Would you like to share your reason for happiness?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
So, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So, like, for my happiness basically depends on something I can do or I can't do. So, like, if in a week I have to go to college and study after coming home, I don't get any free time to do something I like. So, in the weekends when I'm free, I like to go on treks or something, play video games with my friends. So it helps me it helps me in happiness. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, means small activities that if you could do in your free time, that will make you happy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great thing. Means personal leisure is also one of the things that can make an individual happy. So yes, we should always make sure that at least we can add some fun activities in our routine. So at least in a week we can do something in our free time, so that can also make us happy. Okay, Toastmaster Tariq, would you like to share your reason for happiness?
Sure. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
All right. So my happiness would come from two things. Number one, doing the things that makes you happy. It could be exercising, it could be attending Toastmasters meeting, it could be delivering speech, it could be from the work that I do at my organization or the articles that I write. So this is all the source of happiness for me, apart from playing with my kid and looking at the things outside in the nature, which would help me to rejuvenate myself. That's the source of happiness for me.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. I think yes. As it said that internal factors, your family, your personal surroundings. If you are happy with your personal surroundings, it will be the reason for your happiness. Okay. So next could be Mitesh Rajendra. If you Toastmaster Mitesh, if you could share your reason for happiness.
Reason for happiness to be content in life. As
Okay.
long as I have basic needs, that should be sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Basic needs fulfilled. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah.
Next is
Whatever I have on the list list. Thank you.
okay. Okay. So next is our guest Prerak. If he can share his reason for happiness.
Um, for me, happiness will be watching India versus Pakistan on Sunday.
Okay.
But no, jokes apart, I think most of the people have covered all the points that I would like to mention. Yes, at the end of the day, having peace, being content in life, being grateful for whatever we have, and making other people happy also gives me happiness. So these are the small things that I feel adds up and makes you happy at the long run.
Okay. Thank you, guest Prerak. Okay, so after taking reviews from all the members, I think so we can summarize this question that what could be the major factors for happiness. So it is for fulfilling the basic needs, your family, grateful, being showing the gratitude towards the life, then a peace of mind. That is one of the factors that could be your reason. Achieving your dreams is one of the reasons that could be reason for your happiness. So these are the major reasons that we have discussed today in the meeting. Ahead, I would like to start with the format of the meeting. We do not have any prepared speeches for today, but we do have a tag role players. So first, I would like to call Toastmaster Aditya to share his grammarian guidelines.
Yes, Toastmaster Mitesh. Perfectly audible? All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Yeah.
Hello, Toastmasters. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to the language usage. I'll take down the notes of not so correct usages of the English language as well as examples of the good usage. Also, as a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day. For apologies for not sharing the word well in advance. I took up the role last evening and was quite occupied. Nonetheless, the word of the day for today's meeting is hello, hello. Did I lose connection? Hello, I'm audible, right?
Yes, you're
Yes,
audible.
Aditya. Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
okay. So the word of the day for today's meeting is jovial. The meaning of jovial is characterized by good humor and cheerfulness. Example is our jovial friend always has a funny joke or silly trick for us. I'll repeat again. The word is jovial. The meaning is characterized by good humor and cheerfulness. Every speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Whenever any speaker on the stage in the meeting uses the word of the day in the right context, I would like the audience to show a silent thumbs up or a silent clap as a mark of the appreciation. I will give the word of the day report and the grammatical usage report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for detailed guidelines for grammarian. Now, next, I would like to call Toastmaster Neeraj to share the guidelines for our counter.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Mitesh. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So my role as an accounter is to count the number of unnecessary sounds or repetitive words you may use when you are speaking on the stage. I'll be observing and taking note of words such as like. These are filler words that affect the effectiveness of a speech. I'll present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neeraj, for your guidelines. Finally, I would like to call the timer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Rishikesh.
Hi Mitesh, I'm just facing some network issues, video issues, sorry. So Prashant will be taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Rishikesh. Yeah. Hi, Mitesh. So I will be playing the timer role for today. For the timer role for table topics, I will be showing green card at the end of 1 minute, yellow card at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at the end of 2 minutes. So here each speaker is expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and green card is shown for the qualifying time, yellow card is shown for the target time, and red card is shown for the maximum time. And in table topics, there is no lower limit, so only there is a upper limit of 30 seconds after the maximum time has crossed. Over to you, and I will be presenting my report when called upon by the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant, for the timing guidelines. Okay, so now moving ahead with the next session, which will be hosted by Toastmaster Sudha. I would like to call her to start with her session. That is, she will going to take the education session and the table topic session for today's meeting. So, Toastmaster Sudha, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. How is everyone? Everyone seems to be having some problem with the network today. That's why I can't see your wonderful faces. And most importantly, the smile on your screen. So is it possible for us to see if the bandwidth is back again and take a little bit of effort to put your screen on so that we all have smiling faces? And I think adding to the word of the day, we'll add to the little bit of jovial atmosphere that we can add for this meeting. With that, welcome each and everyone, guests and members, a warm welcome on a very relevant topic today, which I think Toastmasters celebrates from the word go. Now, how many of y'all have gone through a situation where you're just pushed into an totally new environment and they have asked you to deliver something at the end of 2 weeks and you don't know where to begin? You have a buddy which has been assigned to you, but the buddy obviously is a buddy. But what is your experience that you would have probably gone through when you have just started on a new task and you are wondering and you have a deliverable ahead of you? Mitesh, would you like to say, Mitesh, the guest, or rather the visiting Toastmaster? Mitesh, would you like to say something on that?
Can you please repeat the question?
What would you do if you are just put into a completely new atmosphere or an environment and you have a deliverable to do in, say, 1 month? What would be your first reaction?
All right, so complete different environment and then what?
Sorry?
You said completely different environment if I've been put
So
in.
suppose if you're starting a new job.
Yes.
Yeah, suppose you're starting a new job and your boss has just told you that, you finished your induction, now you start producing this report for me in the next 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't want to qualify it further. How would you kind of address it? Would it
I
be
would just
easy?
follow. I would just follow the boss because first few months you have to prove yourself and you have to discover how the organization is, how it works, how your colleagues are functioning, how is the overall culture. So I'll just
Right,
follow the boss.
right. Prashant, do you want to say something on that? You're
Sorry, I
muted.
was on mute. Yeah. Sorry. So as I know the theme for it, so I can surely say that I will go for a mentor. I will take advice from my so basically in some corporates there is also a system of assigning a mentor or a buddy when you newly join your office. So I would surely take advice from them and start preparing myself of I have to know
Yeah.
what is expected from me. Yes.
Absolutely. And I think we also learn the importance of having somebody like that in your life over a period of time, because we always think that we can do a lot of things by ourselves because we have got an MBA degree or we have got an engineering degree. And, I have worked in some good multinationals. So why not? I know most of it to start with. But if you have the opportunity of getting somebody like a mentor in your life, then your life is set. But let me ask, maybe Sanket, is it easy to identify a mentor in your life, Sanket?
Honestly, it's difficult because in my personal experience, it's been difficult. A lot of people would not like to share their trade secret. That's
Yes.
the mentality generally people have.
Yeah.
They would think that you will pull them down or you'll outshine them.
Yeah.
That's the fear that is. So finding a mentor is difficult. You have to appear to be learning. You have to appear to be more respectful to them, and you also have to take accept to the fact that you also have to do a lot of learning. They will
Yeah.
teach you, but you will have to do a lot of learning on yourself and show that interest.
Absolutely spot on. So the aspect of having a mentor in your life is definitely desirable for everyone, but it is a very difficult stage to get into in your corporate life, in your personal life, and also I think certain times even in your pure existence in life, like a life coach or a life mentor. These are big professions now which people pursue, and I think there is a little bit of what do you say, personal criticism, which I think I feel I like to give it to that industry, is because people there are out to become a coach before the experience of a coach is actually come on to them. And that's why the objective is to have these mastermind classes, and they just charge you 500 rupees per person, and they have 1,000 people, so they have made a 50,000 in one session. Look at how the world is going, the industry is going with respect to sharing knowledge. So everything is very monetizable, and I think unless you have a monetizing aspect to even sharing knowledge in today's world, it's a very difficult proposition. But you are in the right place, let me tell you. Toastmasters is a voluntary organization, and we love sharing information, growing together, and probably even being a part of your journey throughout, right from day one to probably you becoming a distinguished Toastmaster, maybe. So there is no dearth in people. There is no dearth in experienced people in Toastmasters, and there's no dearth in mentors. So in Mumbai Speakers, we decided to celebrate mentorship. And I think to start with, we had assigned a lot of people, mentors and mentees, so that you start the dialogue, you start getting familiar with what you want to learn, or what is the role and objectives of each mentor, a new mentor maybe, and a mentee who wants to learn from the mentor. So there was a lot of I think question marks which I heard from individuals. So I thought, why not have a session of this kind? I will need sharing rights, please. I think I don't have that.
Yeah, so then I'm giving it. Yeah,
So with
done.
that, yeah, have I got it? Okay.
Yeah, we can see.
So everyone knows obviously the Bhagavad Gita, and the biggest well-known mentor of our scriptures is Krishna. And he actually defines mentor-menteeship in an absolutely wholesome manner, because he came at a time when Arjuna was totally confused with what to do in his in the responsibility that he's been given. The what is it? The army general of the Pandavas in the war of Mahabharata. And he, as a child, as a normal human being, was totally in a dilemma when he saw his cousins on the other side, his uncles, and so many people whom he has grown up with being on the other side, and he had to fight it. So in Hindi or Sanskrit, they call it Dharma Sankat. He was completely at a Dharma Sankat and not being able to understand what should he do and how should he go about it. He literally knelt down on his knees and said, Krishna, I can't do this. So what Krishna did was he became his Partha Sarathi. Partha Sarathi means Arjun's charioteer, which I think you can read it on the thing. And also the Sarathi word is the person who guides and also shows the way. I think Krishna was known for a lot of roles in his life, if you really go through his, stories. But I think the most important contribution he has made to mankind and the people who follow his scriptures is the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is a sermon of what he explained to Arjuna about his dilemma. And in the course of it, he also explained how he has to deal with life at different points of uh, his journey. So I think salute to that. And I feel he is the person who gave mentorship a official stamp that this can be achieved if you have a selfless heart and wanting. See, he could have become the person who could actually get into fighting, but he decided that he should not be doing that and he should take a role of being a mentor, because making Arjuna as strong as he should be in fighting a battlefield like that was a bigger job that he wanted to deliver to the society. Examples of other mentor-mentee in life is obviously Batman and Robin. You would have heard about the different versions of how Batman and Robin have been mentor-mentee. I don't know much about Doc Brown and Marty, but Yoda and Luke, Daniel and Miyagi, of course, Sachin Tendulkar, Virendra Sehwag, Dumbledore and Harry Potter, Michelle Robinson. Michelle Robinson is Michelle Obama, actually. She was the mentor for Barack Obama. Steve Jobs for Mark Zuckerberg. Father Michael Vanderpeet. I've not heard of him, but apparently he was the mentor for Mother Teresa. And of course, Warren Buffett to Bill Gates. So these people have been indebted to their mentors for many, many, many years to come. And they themselves have become people who have their independent stand in society, either in the corporate world, in politics, or in sports, or wherever they are. But it's been guided by the person behind who's their mentor. What is your definition of a mentor? Does anybody want to say this? Don't repeat what is written on the screen, but anyone who wants to give a go at what do you think is a mentor? Let me try Bipin. Bipin, do you want to say your definition of a mentor?
Yeah. So thank you, Sudhana. So as per me, the definition of mentor would be a person who can, first of all, choosing a right mentor is one thing. I mean, a person who has been through a process, who has been through whatever we are walking through, who has been through all these paths, uh, that person would be a right mentor. And having a mentor in a life is for both for career aspects as well as the self development which you do. So yeah, so this would be my expectation from my mentor.
Yeah, absolutely. You're spot on. And I think there are some official definitions which I would like to put up, or rather what they think is the definition. So let's just do a brainstorm. So what do you think about it? So when you're talking about what is a definition of a mentor, someone like John Crosby, there are different people who define mentorship. I would define a mentor as someone helps someone new to a situation to grow and develop by using the mentor's past experiences as guidance and advice. So that's what Bipin just mentioned. A mentor is someone that others model their behavior after. Now, that is also very important. Like, you observe so many people, but there are some people who catch your eye. Some people who say, like, wow, this is something I really want to do. And then you follow that person. You might do it now on Insta in many ways. Physically, also, when you meet somebody on a day-to-day basis, you are impressed by either the way he talks, either the way he conducts meetings, or the way his career has progressed, or the very simple way, the way he dresses up, probably, or the way he has his hairstyle. Small little things you want to kind of model. So that is one aspect of a mentor which is required for the mentees to get attracted. The mentor is a person that is there to help you lead and teach you through new experiences. So that is a very important, because experiences what the mentor has gone through may not be the same as what the mentee is going through, because each of us are very different individuals at the end of the day. We cannot say that this is what I did and you should do that, because you come from a different background, and the mentor should be able to appreciate the background from where the person is coming and see how the experiences can be aligned to their learning as well. So it's a beautiful saying which says mentoring is a brain to pick, a ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. So if you get someone who can do these in your life, then you have arrived in life. That is your mentor, right? Okay. Yeah, this is your general definition of what the mentor is supposed to be. These are some powerful thoughts on mentoring, which I think is, again, very, very thought-provoking. It says the delicate balance of mentoring someone is not creating them in your own image, but giving them the opportunity to create themselves. Because I believe that every individual comes with a package which is so beautiful and cannot be ignored with respect to it being a contributing factor for their success, for the people around. So if a mentor has to be sensitive about the fact that you cannot say that, this person should, this aspect of this is, personalities is not going to help him grow in this way. So I think he should keep that aside and develop new habits or personality traits. That's not the way of a mentorship. I think appreciating what the person is as a package and making sure that that gets complemented with the process of learning and the mentor being able to add value. That is the wholesome integration of a mentoring relationship. So the role of a mentor and mentee. So when you're in a relationship with a mentor, I think both mentor and mentee should have some kind of expectations which should be aligned when you start a relationship. It is very important because what happens is generally when things are not very clear, borderline or lines are not drawn between the two relationships, then it can get murky going forward. So when these are some parameters which I thought we should really look for and check it on yourself whether you're in the right space. It's not like you have a questionnaire and you have an interview with people and say that, do you satisfy this? But do a checking balance on your side, whether it is really happening or not. So the experience of a mentor is obviously a person who has more experience and expertise in the specific field that you're looking at, obviously. And the mentee is generally less experienced and seeks to learn and grow in that area. So he might be the CFO of an organization, but when you have chosen a mentor in a line of, say, singing, he might be just at a kindergarten level or maybe a junior person. So that appreciation of the fact that the field in which you are seeking mentorship, the person who is a mentor should be better than the mentee, only because that's when the experience part kind of gets into play. The role is obviously providing guidance, advice, and support. And when the mentee is there to receive it, uh, receives the advice to achieve their personal and professional goals. What is the objective? The mentor aims to share knowledge and experience to add to a mentee's growth, while a mentee's objective is to learn, develop skills, and gain insights from the mentor. Now, the initiative process is a very, very tricky stage in a mentee-mentee relationship. So what happens is you're assigned a mentor, and then the mentee thinks that, okay, my work is over. I've got a mentor, and, my job is done. Who takes the initiative and what kind of initiatives are expected from both the sides? The mentors often take the initiative in imparting wisdom and providing resources. Mentees actively seek advice, feedback, and mentorship. Now, why that distinction is who takes the initiative is important. Now, the mentor can say, "Hey, Mitesh, I think that this is what you should be doing, and this is your timeline for achieving it. So, can I have a plan as to how you're going to do it?" So he sits on it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And then the mentor is also busy with other things. He might send an email and ask for it, but the mentee is still not doing it. A lot of nudge is required from the mentor. Definitely. It's no doubt about it. The mentor should remind. But the mentee also has the responsibility to responding and taking it into stride and making sure that those deliverables are completed. Otherwise, you cannot blame the mentor for not being a good mentor. So it is a partnership wherein I think both of you have to play in sync, making sure that both understand where we are stuck at or where we are going to expect a feedback, so that that becomes an active and dynamic relationship. Responsibility, as I told you, the responsibility is to share knowledge and facilitate the mentee's growth. And the mentee is responsible for actively engaging. So you can be a student hungry and thirsty for knowledge, keep knocking at the mentor's door whenever you want, but don't expect immediate responses because the mentor has other things also to do. So respect the fact, but keep connection. Okay, I went out, I saw this particular thing, I went for a session, this person spoke these things. Do you think I can incorporate it in my speech? What do you think? So those kind of dialogues is what you should actively engage with your mentors, because as mentors also, we also want that kind of engagement where we are also learning, we are also positively engaged with the mentee, so that we also see that there is a, there's this twinkle in the eye every time the mentee wants to connect and learn from the mentor. So I think it is a beautiful relationship. It's a very selfless environment where I think you can expose your weaknesses. Nobody is going to judge you, and the person who's on the opposite side should be in a position to guide you through along the way, understanding where your limitations are. Any questions, guys? Before I further proceed? No questions? Okay. Okay, I'll just finish. There's just 2-3 more slides, and then we can open the questions once again. So it's a positive development partnership, like I mentioned, which is driven primarily by the mentee. So please note, this is driven primarily by the mentee. It need not be driven by the mentor. It offers a reflective space where the mentee can take responsibility for and discuss their development. So it's like standing in front of the mirror, and I have some mentees who finish their speech and immediately they are sending me a text to ask, how did I do? Though I'm not the evaluator, but they want to know the feedback. So that is where the connection should come. I did this, so what do you think about it? So that is the intimate connection that you have to develop between the mentor and mentee. Its aim is to build capability, of course, and self-reliance in the mentee. The mentor has to be over a period of time, make sure that the mentee becomes an independent person. It's not like the dependability should be exemplified beyond a point, because every time the person comes to the mentor and the mentor is providing the information, then the mentee is going to be always dependent on the mentor. I think the mentor has to make sure that slowly he is also capable of handling things and producing the same desired results. That is also important. I mean, you can work independently. Absence of a mentor, life is okay. It's not a problem. But how are you able to become your biggest critic? How are you also able to be your biggest feedback giver? So you learn over a period of time that my mentor had suggested this, I put this into condition, what more can I do? You have to become capable of developing those characters in yourself as a student. Mentors can help highlight issues and to assist the mentee in planning ways through them. So like a very simple thing in Toastmasters, I think when you start a mentor-mentee relationship, the first question that mentors ask me, I think one of them did reach out to me, is how do I start a speech? I don't know how to write a speech. I mean, I have so many thoughts. I really don't know how to get to writing a speech. So now when you talk about that itself, since the mentor is already done a lot of those situations have been handled before, they give you a format in terms of how you should do it. And that's how the planning comes into play. Because planning is not possible unless you have a certain amount of experience and then you get into your own planning. I always tell people in Toastmasters whom I maintain a journal. because I feel maintaining a journal is a universe or a sea or ocean of knowledge over a period of time, which becomes a raw material for giving good topics for speeches, big good stories for highlighting in your speech. And that's the way I do it, let me be honest with you. So when you just go out and you see something strikingly different, or something shocking, something pleasant, or something nice, when you're traveling in the train, or you're in the Uber, or you're just getting out of the car, you find certain instances and you naturally become an observer. You become an observer of sorts, where you want to absorb all the things which are happening around you. And you become this person who has so much of knowledge to share with people. And that's where the journal comes into picture. So when you have a repertoire of incidences with you, when you're sitting to write a speech, you don't really need to go to Chat GPT and say, okay, what are the topics, which you don't need to. Your Chat GPT is in progress, work in progress over a period of time. So try to develop that. And clarifying mentee's perspective. So sometimes it is important before you start to say that, okay, guy, Mitesh or Neeraj, what do you think? What is your expectation out of me? Right? You tell me what you think you want from me, and vice versa. This is what I expect from you. So put down your objectives in terms of what each other will be doing over the period of time. Straightforward, when there are urgent issues to be addressed, the mentor might not give you detailed information. He might give you a direction. Bolo ki ye try karo, yeah, this could be a better option. But that is only because he wants you also to try and see whether that urgent situation, when given to you, which is the route that you will take naturally. It is not because if I tell you that this is the way, it may be according to me. But if it's an urgent emergency situation that you have to address, then it will always be better that the mentor directs you, doesn't give you the suggestion. These are certain guidelines. And obviously, the most important is confidentiality, trust, understanding. So I personally feel these are the foundation of a mentoring relationship. You cannot quote anyone whom you have mentored if there are any weaknesses or any challenges you have faced or anything in any forum, because that's the respect you give to the mentee, because the mentee has been in a vulnerable position and shared certain situations with you, which is the reason why a mentor is able to be the person who can improve on those or convert those challenges into strengths to make sure. So you cannot quote them anywhere. I think that is one code of conduct for a mentor to really follow as much as possible. Vice versa, for mentee, I think respect is very important, because if a mentor is giving you time, it is out of his own universe of 24/7. So you should be sure and sensitive about the fact that the person is also busy. He will come back to you. Nudges are okay, but don't get to a point where the person feels that, he is being pushed. I mean, these are things which you just keep a little bit wary about, and then you know that respect for each other then blossoms into a beautiful relationship. Yeah, so this is more or less what I think I have covered, but we'll just quickly go through it. Mentor is teach, guide, a positive role model is the role of a mentor. Shares information about his background, skills, and interests. That's important to set the tone for a mentee to know that this person's background is this. So, like for example, I've had people whom I have unofficially mentored. Why I say unofficially? Because it's not only for credits or of those kinds. I do it as a part of my life and profession. There are people who come back and ask me about their career inputs. What do you think I should do? I have a personal situation. What do you think I should do? Now, that is only because we understand the background. Okay, this person is in a banker, or, he is a person who is an IT person. So if I go and ask a question related to the industry that you are, it can help. So you can explore yourself in different ways once you have a good mentor. Obviously, listening is a very important aspect of being a mentor, because if you don't have the ability to listen, you will never get to know your mentee properly. Encouragement, building self-confidence and self-esteem. And that is a very, very important aspect. You have to be selfless about this. I think a mentor has to make sure that you give it out, completely out to the person who is progressing on the journey, because that is how the person is going to feel that, wow, I've done this, change has come about in me, and now I'm ready to take the next step. That feeling is something only a person like a mentor can do, a self-changing experience. Nobody else can see the change, because that person has been with you from the beginning to the changing transformative moment. It is important to applaud it in every way, in public and individually. That is how the magnifying part of an appreciation comes through. Celebrate milestones, very important. Celebrate it in public, put a email, put a WhatsApp, and whatever you think is appropriate. Act as a resource for information, which I think I have said, and educates mentee on expectations. The same way on mentee. Mentee's role is to seek guidance, constructive feedback, that's fine. Assess academic, professional strengths, learning and development needs, values, and short and long-term goals. That is important along with the mentor. Taking responsibility for keeping in regular contact with the mentor, very important, and actively participates in a relationship. So I can say most of the time, the ball is in the mentee's court. Let me tell you that. That's no making no bones about it. I think the ball is always in the mentee's court. The mentor will have the ball for some time to respond to your queries, but to initiate and progress it, the ball is in the mentee's court. So make sure that you keep, going back to the mentor as much as possible to get what you want. Follow through on commitments and goals. Very important, because if you don't follow through on commitments and goals, don't expect any results, and neither is the mentor going to be encouraged to give you any more extra work. And developing a plan, very important. If the mentor has given you some guidelines on how a plan should be done for yourself, follow it through, share it with them. This is the way I feel I think I should do. What do you think? Is it okay? That's the first step that you should be taking along with the mentor. Respect the mentor's time, which I think I have said. Maintaining confidentiality at all times, important, because that's where the respect really comes from both sides. Openly shares successes and failures. Mentor is also responsible for creating that environment. It's not only the mentee feeling comfortable, the mentor also should tell him that don't worry, we all go through it. And that's a fact. We all go through different stages of learning. We all have gone through our failures, and even going through it now also. It's not that the failures stop in life. We all go through challenges and failures at different stages in our life. But that atmosphere where the person is open to talking about it is very, very important, and takes advantages and opportunities presented by the mentor. So the mentor can give you opportunities to go to take up some role outside, or a training session outside, or maybe go to a contest and view it outside. So the nudge is what I'm saying, to prick a brain, have a ear to listen, and have a nudge. These are the three aspects of a mentor, which the mentee has to receive positively and make sure that he implements it in day-to-day life. Benefits, I think most of us know what are the benefits. I'll just keep it for a minute for you guys to just go through it. So for the mentee, it could be mentor, it could be something where he is enhancing his leadership journey. So he starts with demonstrating expertise, shares knowledge, he becomes a mentor. He can probably go into being a coach or a counselor, or a person who gets into serious counseling with people, either on the professional or on the personal level. And if you're responsible for a community, then you become a person who can coach and mentor a community after you finish feeling confident about doing it on a one-to-one. And ground rules is be respectful of time and always show appreciation, which is what I told in a mentor part. And with a mentee, I think he gets a mirror to really check on as to what he has to do, where he is, and what he needs to do to get to where he is. So it's like a mirror. And self advocacy skills and confidence to be successful. Why self advocacy? I think we are all sales ambassadors of ourselves. Yeah. We have to be, because I think personally, if we are not, if we are a gold medalist in something and you go and start a job, you're just doing your work, that's not enough in life. You need to be able to advocate your skills in front of people which matter, who matter, and at the right time. Where do you gain that confidence? You gain confidence in conversations with people who believe in you. It could be your parents, it could be your sibling, it could be a mentor, it could be your boss. So if the boss is able to tell you that, I think you are doing well on this, I think you should concentrate. That line is enough to try to trigger you off to work on it more and more. And I feel I've been very fortunate to have amazing mentors. There has been one situation where I was the youngest in my team, and I had my other team members were almost about 45, 50 at that time when I joined the organization. And they were all gray haired, and I was obviously joined a British organization. And most of the time, I used to feel like a kid, like an intern sitting in the meetings. And I told my boss, like, I'm not feeling confident in this atmosphere, because I feel that these people are never going to accept me into their group, because they are always going to think that ये तो बच्ची है, मतलब ये तो सीख के आने दो, तब तक हम लोग देखेंगे क्या क्या होने वाला है. And they don't share any information. They don't try to do anything to you. So that is what I used to feel. And this organization was Lloyd's TSB. And what my boss said was very, very insightful. He said, Sudha, you don't need to worry about others. You are my pick. I have brought you into the organization because I believe that you can perform and you can deliver. So you focus on that. Once you settle in and people see what you're capable of, respect will come. And truly enough, and that was my best career stint that I had, where I was able to contribute almost $1.5 million as a bottom line revenue generation to because the environment was so positive. My boss was so, encouraging. He said there's no limit. You should do what I mean. So he was always there to cover your back. Those are the people that you should keep engaging with as much as possible. So these are the people. Wishing you all the best, that you get those kind of people in your life. And once you get them, don't leave them. Catch them, hold them, and engage with them in different ways. It need not be the same where you started off with, but it could be something to do with, um, your career or your personal. Go back to them, update them on things that has happened in your life. You would have gone to another job, so go and tell them, like, hey, I just wanted to tell you that I've taken up another job thanks to your support. So that is where the dialogue keeps going. And these are the people who will be there. They will grow with you. If they're updated with all the developments in your life, you will also grow with them. They will also grow in the relationship in a way that you don't need to connect after 10 years and say, you did this. No, small messages that you can keep in touch with these people. And that's how you build your, I would say, universe of goodwill and well-wishers in your life. That's the way I look at it. So with that, I think I have covered most of my points, but I'm open to taking any questions, anything that you guys want to share, anything that I've left out. The floor is all yours.
Yes, Sudha ma'am, so just a question. So most of the times we see that in mentor-mentee, so after few, I mean, in sense of Toastmasters, like after few speeches, usually mentees stop connecting with their mentors. So
Correct.
how do we, I mean, make changes to our way of thinking that this doesn't happen actually? So I have seen this many times with myself as well as other club members also, that after maybe icebreaker or two more speeches, they usually the connect becomes lesser with their mentors. Yeah.
Now, are you talking about it from the mentor point of view or the mentee point of view? You're a mentor or you're a mentee?
From the mentee point of view, actually. Mentee. Yes.
Okay. So I think mentee, like I mentioned, is the person who drives the relationship. And I personally feel if the mentee feels he doesn't need to connect with the mentor at any point of time, he's okay now, he's fine, he wants to go ahead with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I personally think that it's okay. But if you think that you need to either change your mentor because maybe you have a feeling that maybe I need a different quality of mentorship, but keep in touch with the old mentor and explain to him that this is my challenge. What do you think I should do? So I think having that dialogue with the old or the earlier mentor will be a good idea for you also to get um, some perspective in terms of what you should be doing at that stage. I personally think that there is no harm in telling him that, I want to change this aspect in my journey. So can you suggest somebody who can? There's nothing wrong. I mean, I think like the way um, I've done it in my Toastmasters journey, actually. So, I mean, I was associated with Babu sir for a very long time, but Babu sir is still in touch with me. But now in speeches, he knows that, Sudha is okay now. She's capable of, managing every kind. But now I'm looking for something like humor to be added to my third pathway is humor, engaging in humor. So I think for me, that, Prashant, we have connected with Juzer.
Juzer, yeah.
Juzer is going to be my mentor for that path, because that's where I'm struggling. Not that Babu sir is not really capable of doing it, but I just thought I can have a different. But there's nothing wrong with that. You're not discrediting or disrespecting anyone. It is just a shift. But acknowledging that they were a part of the journey is a good, what do you say, good gesture. Yeah. Anything else?
Right.
Why don't I ask a mentor here? Who's a mentor? Yeah, Tariq. Tariq, do you have any insights to this? Misha is also a mentor. Prashant, you're also a mentor.
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah, absolutely. Hi, Toastmaster Sudha. Hi, everyone. So I have few points, and Toastmaster Sudha has touched upon it very well. So there's not much that I can contribute to, but then I'll share my experience so that people can take that as an example
Sure.
of mentor as well as mentee. So I was mentoring one of the Toastmaster from Jammu and Kashmir, and this was like during COVID, where we were all 100% virtual. People across the nation, can join the Toastmasters, and he was having a stuttering problem. Okay. And he wanted to improve a lot. He wanted to kind of every week we were meeting on a predefined time. So if you are a mentee and if you would like to utilize the opportunity to get a mentor, utilize that time very, very efficiently. And on the first meeting, he was kind of very random in terms of what I need, and I want to progress in my career. This is the problem that I'm facing. But then I, as a mentor, I told him that you need to be very articulated in terms of the 30 minutes meeting that we are having on a weekly basis. You should come with the agenda, or you should ask me to come with the agenda.
Correct.
So once we have a predefined agenda, it started from the very next meeting that he used to send me the agenda a day prior, so that if anything that I need to prepare, I can prepare, and if anything that he needs to prepare, he can come prepared in the meeting, so that it is beneficial mutually, right? Even I get to learn something, he gets to learn something. And then it progressed so well that I advised him to start reading the newspaper loud, start taking some coaching in terms of how to improve the speeches, how to get over with the stuttering problem. I gave him examples of Hrithik Roshan and like who has overcome those problems, right? And when they speak with the media, when they speak with the other people, you never notice those problems, right? And his problem was kind of very minute in my view. and he started practicing it so much that in a year he completed one of the pathway, and then he progressed well in his career as well. And when we started the offline meeting, we kind of got disconnected because the meeting went offline, and then he cannot come offline, etc. But he's still in touch with me in terms of this is how I'm progressing in my career wise, this is how I'm progressing in my Toastmasters journey. And also he found a new mentor for him, right? Which I'm pretty
Exactly.
glad that now he get to learn from 2, 3, 4 mentors, right, over the period of time. So that was actually a fulfilling moment for me as well, and that was a fulfilling moment as a mentee for him as well. So I just wanted to share this story. So,
Very true. Absolutely spot on. So the two takeaways which Tariq said is respect each other's time, come prepared with a plan so that the discussion becomes a meaningful one and not just a chatter. And the second one is, yes, like to answer Prashant's query also, that you can move on to another mentor. And that is the collaboration which I think this universe offers to you. And I think personally, I feel that if you've made a mark on the person remembers you for life. That's period. I mean, like, see, I've left the organization of Lloyd's now for almost I would say 10 years. But I think for me to be connected with that person who gave me that confidence when I was shirking as to saying, like, what am I? Where am I? It's a AAA rated organization. What am I going to do in this place where everybody is these, huge fuddy-duddies who speak French and German and, Swiss? What am I going to do here? So I think I'm still connected with that person. So I think if that person has made a, what do they call it, indelible mark on you, it will be there with you forever. So mentorship is that beautiful selfless service that we are doing to this universe. Yeah. Anybody else for this question? Any questions? If not, I'll be coming back again as a TTM. So I will be asking certain questions again to the people. But otherwise, Misha, you've been very quiet. You want to say something? And you have not shown me your beautiful face. I'm very upset about that, Misha.
Good morning, ma'am. Actually, because of this rain or something, there has been some issue with the bandwidth. Because of that, I'm trying to save the bandwidth by just not uh, switching on my camera. But moving on, ma'am, actually, I feel you have very beautifully and with a lot of perfection, you have very well made us all understand what exactly the relationship be between a mentor and a mentee, and how we can reach out, what are the roles and responsibilities of a mentor, and what should be the duties of a mentee. So I feel since you have said that all very well and in a very organized manner, with everything you had to address, you made sure you addressed. I don't feel I have anything to add as such. And Tariq added more to it, so I feel it has been complete. It has been presented in a holistical way, and I don't really personally feel the need to add anything more to it, because I feel you have addressed everything that we need to understand when it comes to a mentor-mentee relationship. So, yeah, I don't
Thank you.
feel there's any need. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Misha. With that, then I will conclude this session and I will hand the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day. Happiness, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sudha, for enlightening us on the concept of mentor and mentee and its importance in Toastmasters. So I hope everyone has understood the program. So even if you need any guidance for your speech, any assistance for your speech, you can connect with your mentors, and it is the list is also provided in the WhatsApp group, so you can connect with them. You can discuss about what difficulties you are facing. Like my mentor is also Toastmaster Sudha ma'am, and she has guided me for my upcoming speech that I'm going to deliver on the next week speech marathon. So yes, so likewise, as she said that maintaining your it's a two-way relationship. It's not always one way. So obviously, as a mentor, as a mentee, you have to approach with your problems with you have to discuss openly and try to explain your problem in a more clear way so that they can also guide you, and you can get some good assistance, and you can move forward with your problem so you don't stick with it for a long time. And moving ahead with the next session, that is table topic master. So it is again hosted by Toastmaster Sudha. So if I would like to call Toastmaster Sudha as a table topic master for today's meeting.
I thought you're going to be covering a little bit on your theme. I thought I'll have some break
Oh, no,
before I
I
come.
want to cover, but I thought that first if you can complete the table topic, or I can also continue with my theme. If
Okay, I'll finish it now that you've given it to me. I'll probably
yeah,
complete it.
okay.
Okay, so table topic session, I think for the guests in who have attended here, table topic session becomes the second part of any Toastmasters meeting, and it is the practice of impromptu speaking. And the way Toastmasters does it is that we call upon uh, people to take the stage, and we give them a set time, which I will ask the timer to give the timing guidelines. And you have to think about the topic on the spot. Like I mentioned, it is not easy for us to get always time to prepare speeches. And there are some very good table topic acers in our club, I think, and they have done it not once, not twice, many times. And I'm sure guests, please go for it. It's a place where you can try. There's no preparation required, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So for that, I would like the timer to give the timing guidelines so that we can start with the table topic session.
Yeah, sure. Toastmaster Sudha. So hello everyone. Uh, so I will be timing the table topics in today's session. So for table topics, speakers are encouraged to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And at the end of 1 minute, I will be showing a green card in this way. And at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, I will be showing a yellow card. And at the end of 2 minutes, I will be showing a red card. So in table topics, there is no grace period on the lower side of the time. So the minimum qualifying time remains as 1 minute. But on the upper side, there is a grace period of 30 seconds. So the maximum time can extend to 2 minutes 30 seconds, after which you can be disqualified. So, and I will be presenting my report when called upon by general evaluator of today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you, Prashant, for that timing guidelines. With that, I would like to start with the table topic session. But just one thing I would like to say is that I would like if you remove your, open up your video, because I just feel very uncomfortable talking to a window like that. But I know you have a bad, if people can try, if the bandwidth has improved a little bit, then it'll be nice. But otherwise, we will go ahead with it. So my table topics will be a part of what I covered also. So let me also tell you that what I've covered will be a part of it. And then we will also have other ranges. I'll try and keep it to 12, 25, 26 now. So Toastmaster of the day, is it okay for 5 table topics speeches?
Yeah, ma'am. You can continue with. We can take 5 participants for today's meeting. So accordingly, because as we will continue with the theme and the general evaluation. So
Yeah, so I don't want to delay it for too long.
yeah, so 5 participants we can go with.
Okay, sure. So who wants to go first? Nobody? Otherwise, I'm going to pick up someone. Oh, yeah, Neeraj. Yeah. Of course, Neeraj. Yes. Neeraj, the topic for you is tell me if it is okay for you. Otherwise, I'll change the topic. The difference between a coach and a mentor. The difference between a coach and a mentor. Over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Sudha ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. I just have to think for a few seconds before I go, because I feel there's very thin line between a coach and a mentor. So, but yeah, I'll just give my best shot and see how it
Sure,
goes.
please.
Yeah. So when it comes to coach, one thing I could think of is a coach can be uh, attributed to one particular skill or a particular path, but a mentor is a more broader concept, if I could say. A mentor could not only help you to get it to a place in a professional way where you want to reach professionally or academically, but he or she could help you to, he or she could help you to give the path in the broader sense, and as in the way you want to move ahead in life. So when, for example, I could think of is a coach can be like, for example, if I'm interested in any particular sport, let's say football. So a coach can be a football coach or any other sport. But a mentor would be someone who can not only uh, help in progressing me in my path of football, like to develop that technical skills, but also to develop the things which are required to progress in life. So it can be related to many other things as well. So it can be personal relationship, professional relationship, and other things as well. So I think, yeah, that's the difference that I could think of right now. So, yeah, that's all. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster, Tabletop Master Sudhaman.
Thank you, Neeraj. So basically, coach is someone who gets the answers from the person whom he is coaching. Mentor is a person who also asks the questions, gets the answers, and develops the journey in that supportive manner. So that is the only difference. So coach, there is a more of a getting into the personality. So like I think Tariq mentioned about stammering. So I think if you had a person who was having a problem with that, you get into the core of the reason why he has stammering. So there could be a physical issue in maybe he was very scared of someone when he was a kid, or it could be something to do with a teacher. So there is a reason why that part comes into your person's life, so that becomes a little bit more you can't say this is what it is, but it has to come out of the person. I don't know if I'm making it very clear. So that is the only difference between the coach and the mentor. The approach is different. That's all. Yeah. So now I have yes, Toastmaster Mitesh is wanting to speak on
Yeah.
this. Over to you, Toastmaster Mitesh. Mitesh, the topic for you is can you elaborate any close family member who has been your mentor in life? Any close family member who has been a mentor in your life? Over to you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I think this is a wonderful topic. If I talk about a mentor in my family, then of course, my father is, I would say he's one of the mentor that has provided me the guidance when it comes to life in general. Because, of course, there was a point where I was also with my academics or with my career decisions, I was confused, and he has guided me that he has given me that freedom to make a choice basically, and that I feel quite fortunate because when I see people around me or the students of my age, they had an influence of their parents in the decisions, but here my father also mentored me. He gave me that freedom, he gave me that open space to make my own decisions. So that's what I feel. He has guided me, and he has always told me that set your priorities, set your goals, and way do the advanced planning that helps you to overcome the further uncertainties. So it's better to have some plan, have some goals, have some priorities in your life, and you can it will help you to take a direction in life. So I believe yes, my father has definitely given me some significant life advices. So he is my mentor as a family member. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Thank
With that, let's move on to the next one. Who is the person who wants to give it a shot?
I think guest Dean was also interested to
Yes,
take a
yes,
particular
yes.
topic.
Yeah, Dean, do you want to go for it?
Hi, yes, sure.
Okay. Hi, Dean. welcome. So your question is, can you elaborate on any mentor in public life that you have encountered who has inspired you? Can you talk about an image of any person in public life who has inspired you? Over to you, over to you, Dean.
Thank you. Yes, there's somebody that I can definitely think of. Back when I had started working in advertising, I was absolutely clueless because I had only interned somewhere for a couple of months and I didn't feel like it went very well. And at that time, being an intern, I was hired actually by the art director of that particular company. And the art director at that time is very busy, man. Okay, I had almost no time with him. And that's just what I expected. I expected to have to figure a lot of things out on my own. When I moved to the company that I actually worked for, the art director that I met was somebody that I immediately felt we could be friends. And that's something that happened over a short period of time. I think I understood that he could see the potential that I had and that he could figure out in what ways I could realize that potential and the ways in which he could help me improve what I was good at and call out all of the things that I was not good at that I really needed to work on. And we did end up becoming good friends. And I do chat with him once in a while. We almost never talk about work anymore, but we've also always kind of hinted at each other that we would love to work with each other again sometime in the future. So I hope that that's something that will happen. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Dean, for sharing that personal experience of mentorship in your life. With that, I would like to call upon anyone who is wanting to give it a shot. Otherwise, I'm going to call out for someone. Yeah, I was wondering, Sanket, how come you're not putting up your hand?
This is the session I really look forward to.
I know that. Okay. For you, it is. Let's see. Can you cite in some example where you have been a mentor to someone, and what are your takeaways as a person? Like how have you benefited being a mentor? How have you been benefited being a mentor in your life? Over to you, Toastmaster Sanket.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sudha, for this topic. Being a mentor is a responsibility, and whatever you impart with your best intentions, if that works in that person's favor, it is nice. So, for example, I have not been a mentor, but I have been a guide, a coach, you can say, to a couple of friends in the field of investing. And I come from a middle class family, and in the last 10 years, with the rise of stock market, I've seen good amount of growth in terms of money. So I have always encouraged my friends, my family members to invest money and to grow. That's the only way out to have a better financial security that gives you a peace of mind. And if you have to be in a jovial mood for a lot of time, money is an important factor. So I suggested to a couple of friends to invest in a few sectors. I told them how I think, how I go about things, and I encourage them to di- have their own methods to it. There's a famous saying: if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So I have seen that, and I have seen people who have made money and who have come and told me that, you know what, thanks to your advice, I'm able to buy my son this gift, which I otherwise would not have been able to do it. And I'm talking about gifts which run into thousands and lakhs of rupees. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm being honest over here. So that's the satisfying part to it. The only thing is I dread the day if they make losses. I really dread that day if someone makes losses. They will be out at my door and bringing my doorbell asking me to refund their money. Because generally that's the human psyche. You do good things for people, they'll think that's it. But the day something goes wrong, they'll point a finger at you. So that's what I have learned, and that's I hope I implore on other people to think about their financial as well as their personal health improvement on that. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanket, for that live incident as a financial mentor for other people's lives. See, when money is involved, there is always that little bit of pain that you have to suffer if it doesn't go well. So I think that's a part of the game and the part of the package, which I think we have to be a little careful about. But I'm sure if you've been honest and you've been operating with a sense of integrity, people respect it because markets are volatile. It's not permanent all the time. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Sanket. Who is the last person who wants to give a go for the table topics? Nobody put, oh yeah, okay, yes, Tushar. Tushar, do you like music?
Yeah, I do like music.
Do you sing?
No, I don't sing, but
Okay, so okay, then maybe I should talk something else. What is how, or rather, which is the story in cricket of mentorship which you get inspired by? Which is a story in cricket or in sports which you get inspired by? May not be just cricket, any sports. Over
yeah,
to you,
okay.
Toastmaster Tushar.
Okay, thank you, Table Master, Toastmaster Sudha. It's a nice question. Okay, if I talk about the sports, I'm basically a lover of cricket, so I can resonate with that. So in cricket, what I seen in many years, like a mentor, if we consider mentor, the coach of our Indian team who helped Indian team to win the World Cup was coach Gary Kirsten, and I think he helped not only India but he helped individual players to uh, come to a level that will help India to win a World Cup for the country. And I think that's the thing I can learn from the coach Gary Kirsten and how he mentor each of the players and how he motivated them and how he inspired them to raise their bar to achieve their goal of winning a World Cup. And in that team, we had a great players like Sachin Tendulkar, Virendra Sehwag, like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and they were motivated by his coaching, and that helped team to win the World Cup. So I'm personally fan of the coach Gary Kirsten. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, Coach Sudha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tushar. You were waiting for the green light to come so that you wanted to stop.
No,
No worries. Mitesh, do you think we have some more time or shall we stop right now?
Yes, ma'am. If we can move forward with the meeting, because yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed both the sessions. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster Mitesh. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha, for the wonderful table topic session. Okay, so moving ahead with our theme of today, that is happiness. So we are going to also touch some different aspects of it. Of course, we have discussed about an individual's happiness, like what can be the reasons, what can be the factors for an individual's happiness. But again, if we see it as a country's aspect, then there is also a report called World Happiness Report that is published by United Nations Sustainable Development Solution Network. So we can have a discussion about it. Although the ranking of India is not so great in that report because it is 126th out of 136 countries, and some surprisingly, some countries that have unrest are more happier than us. So I don't know. They can have their own methodology. But my main point of this topic is that to discuss the factors that are considered in the discuss the parameters that are considered in the report. So there are 6 parameters that are considered of why if a country is happier or not. So we can discuss that factors. So number 1 is social support. Number 2 is health. Number 3 is income. Number 4 is freedom of taking life decisions, and number 6 is absence of corruption. So these are the 6 parameters that they consider if a country is happier or not. Of course, happiness is not something tangible that can be measured in percentage or numericals, but we can consider this 6 factors in the context of our own country or as a society, that where the things are where the things we can improve upon. So like the factor like social support. So the means if you have as an individual, if you get social sorry, if you get support from your society or your community or your family, then again that is one of the factors you will feel that happier. Means these are the external factors. What we discussed earlier was the individual factors. So here we can discuss like the 6 factors, that is social support. The number 1 is family, the support from the family or the society for anything, or there is a more trust on each other. There is more trust on each other as in the society. The second factor is health. Obviously, what is the health infrastructure in the country? How the hospitals and how the public infrastructure is great. How the medications and everything, the procedures are very accessible. That is also one of the factors. The third is income. Now, income is considered as the per capita income, like as in the economic aspect, how an individual's income is growing with the economic standard of living. So that is one factor. The fourth one is freedom of taking life decisions, and how an individual citizen in a country has the freedom of taking life decisions. And the sixth is absence of corruption. So I would like to know your opinion on these sort of sub factors, that what can be on what are the areas where we can improve upon, like health, income, and if they can put up some suggestions upon it, like how a country can improve our ranking. If we assume that yes, this ranking is correct, then how we can improve the ranking in the World Happiness Index, like how the country can become more happier. If this is a very broader concept, but you can discuss about one factor like freedom of life taking decisions. So obviously, personally, my opinion on this, yes, when we take about our personal life, when it comes to career, about marriage, or about any decision, family and society has the influence on us when it comes to the context of India. So and likewise, health and income, per capita income is definitely quite a point of a concern. Like there is still a major significant amount of population that has a very lower income status. So again, that is one of the concerns. So I would like to know if someone can share at least one opinion on some of the factors that how we can improve upon these things, so that we can have a more improved condition in a happiness index. Okay. So who would like to come first?
Okay.
Okay. Hi.
Something
Hi,
I
Toastmaster.
read. Oh, hi, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Okay.
So I think you mentioned our rating is quite down, uh, quite obvious. Uh, Also, those reports are not to be taken on the face of it. That's one more point. Um, but yeah, like in a country like ours, where we have so much of a population and a larger section of the society has, I mean, they even struggle to make 100, 200 rupees per day. It is obvious that there is going to be dismay and unhappiness. So that is something which obviously the government should work on also. But on our end, we also have a few people around us who don't earn as much. It may be our housemaid, it may be the security guard at your building, a peon at your office, helping them when they are in need, or if not monetarily, by being good to them, not making them feel that they are working under you, or maybe that their job is some menial job. Just being nice to them is something that is, and not just because of for them to feel good, but innately feeling that and having that respect for the other person. That is it may be a different point of view,
Yes.
not monetarily, but just so that they mentally feel happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Generosity or the act of kindness is also one of the factors that is considered in the happiness index report, which is if you are even have that how the citizens are more generous towards each other. So that is again one of the factors that is considered. So yes, if we can have we can be more kind to the people around us, even if not having more like having more mindset of inequality or something like that, but we can respect them. Having a basic respect of each other can also improve the happiness index of at a country level. Okay, if someone else could share their opinion on how we can improve upon happiness index.
Yeah, Mitesh, I would like to share.
Yeah.
So like as Aditya rightly mentioned that having a good work environment and like treating the work as equal, like no work is good or bad, that can surely make a difference. And then there are some small things which can be done, like to bring a sense of contentment or like improve your stress levels. Like you can practice yoga or some spiritual practices, and like have to be learn to be content at the end of the day, because this is a never ending club 99, what we call it, that the last $1 always remains far from us, and we try to keep working harder and harder to earn that last $1. So need to have this balance between uh, like coming out of your comfort zone as well as learning to celebrate the fruits of your hard work. So there has to be a balance between these two. I think that can improve your uh, like happiness index a lot.
Yes, means yeah,
Thank you.
improving on the work culture and everything. Okay, Sanket, yes, you can continue.
Yeah, this is one of my pet peeves. This happiness index and all other things that go around. There's one thing. Finland, for example, is generally in the top three of World Happiness Index.
Yes, Finland, Denmark.
Then all these Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
The
Norway,
point that
because
the point that they
no
never tell
people, so
you,
no tension. Yeah.
the point that they never tell you is that these countries have the highest sale of antidepressants, highest divorce rates. No one will tell you that. You just take a number on the face value and you think it's the most happy. That's not the way it should be measured. And we should not, and we should, as Aditya said, take it with a pinch of salt. I say take it with a bag of salt. Uh, First, what I would suggest to improve on this happiness index is talk to people. How many times do we talk to each other? How many times have you picked up your phone and called up your friend? Today, we live in a world that we just send a happy birthday to WhatsApp. That's it. When was the last time you called your friend? When was the last time you met your friendly friends? Except for occasions, I don't think so. We do that. Again, one more thing I really think we should do is teach people skills. Encourage people to learn skills. If you have today, you tell someone to become a tailor, they'll look down upon you. But that if you look, I just came to know that a person who stitches a blouse for a Mysore sari takes 6,000 rupees to stitch that. So these people in income generating skills which are sustainable. Health and wealth are correlated. And again, keep an eye on your and teach people to encourage people, not teach rather, sorry, a very bad word to use. Encourage people to get healthy and spend more time with the families and friends. That's one sure shot way of being jovial and to increase your happiness index.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanket, for sharing your insights. Toastmaster Sudha has raised her hand, so I would like to, if you could share your insights.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh. So basically, for me, the happiness index itself is a wrong indicator, because then you're talking about happiness being relative, right? Now, happiness is relative, but if you get an index to compare a happiness in a country to another country, is itself a wrong notion, according to me. So now, if you ask about India, for example, I feel the person who is on the road, staying under the sky, right, without even a house, he might be such a happy person. But you, when you're benchmarking it at a happiness level, you're comparing it with what you have, and that person doesn't have, because of which you're saying that, he must be unhappy. But he is not unhappy. He's very happy because he has sky as his roof, earth is his ground, and mosquitoes are his blankets. But they're very happy. I mean, so for me, happiness is very relative. I think the index itself is a wrong parameter. As far as the government doing something to improve the happiness factor, I think the most important uh, uh, part of happiness is when you have a family and you have 100 rupees to share between 4 people and 100 rupees to be sharing between 10 people, the amount of money or the resources becomes dwindling as you have more people. For me, population is the biggest problem in terms of our country. The more resources and more population, then it would have been fine. The problem is resources are not increasing, but population is increasing. So there is always a person feeling that I'm not getting better than that person.
Yeah.
That's the problem, according to me. But who are we? We don't even get the people whom we vote for into power. So, we are just minuscules of these so-called change factors.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha, for sharing your insights on the topic. So yes, happiness, as she said, that of course, as we started the discussion with, that happiness is a very subjective thing. We cannot measure it. We cannot say that what I have, you should also have. If you don't have, means you are not happy. So again, if the person from a very poor family, from very underprivileged economic section, can also be happy because he might has a good people connection and family, and he's happy because of his he's connected with his family. And a person who is more wealthy, he's staying in a mansion, but he has all the luxuries, but he's lonely. So again, that could also be. So these are the wide situations where the happiness can differ from a person to person. So moving ahead with like we all discussed about what is happening at a very national level and everything. So our next question is about mental health. Okay, now when we are talking about the happiness emotion as an individual, so we can also touch about the topic of mental health, which was also being widely discussed after the pandemic. If we can see the rise of the discussion, because we were not it was also always considered as a psychological concept much earlier, but now it is more like we need to have a self care or something like mental health checkup, in a sense checkup in the sense that means what are the things are going wrong in our life. We need to have some self reflection. So uh, like yes, so if we can think about it, like what one thing we can do to have some one activity that we can do to release the stress, or like to come out of the stress. If we can discuss one activity that we can add up in our own routine in a week, matlab, at least something that if you have to release the stress and to come out of something which can make us unhappy in a continuous consistently. So if we can do something, so it is more related to mental health. Yeah, so if we can, someone can share one activity if that they follow. Yes. Toastmaster. Yeah.
Yes. So I'll just give a short brief before actually coming on to the actual activity that I do. Um, the thing you mentioned, mental health is being talked today a lot. And there is a school of thought of people who also say it's nothing and stuff like that. Why it is coming to light today is we have all the advancement and how the society has progressed. We might have had mental health issues in the history as well. At that time, people didn't know it is called depression or it is called weakness of mental health. And like, firstly, we should celebrate, not celebrate, but we should acknowledge that a person or the society is going through such a particular problem. And this is going to be a persistent problem going ahead because we are progressing and because we're progressing so fast. And with that, coming to the point, every person should have some or the other activity which he does or she does to actually get out of that depressed or a saddest zone. So what I personally follow is if I'm not feeling good, if I'm just irritated, annoyed, I'll just put on earphones, put on songs, and I'll just go for a run or cycling. So it also energizes your body, mind, and soul, all of it, and just gives you, for me, it gives me a sense of a fresh perspective. If I'm studying, if I'm being stuck somewhere, I'll go for a run, come back with a fresh mind, sit to work or study. It will give me maybe a point of view which I couldn't think earlier, but now I can because I have a clear mind. That is something I do.
Great. Yeah, I think cycling or exercising is one of the activity that we can follow to release the stress or to come out of that some unhappy situation or just enjoying maybe utilizing your free time into it. So that is also the first activity that we can try. Okay, let's talk to Toastmaster Sudha Prasad. If you can share your any one activity on having on releasing the stress, because I think she hasn't spoken. Yeah.
Yeah, hi,
Hi,
Toastmasters,
hi,
Mitesh
Toastmaster
and
Sudha.
everyone.
Yeah.
So actually, I practice meditation every day, which really
Okay.
helps me managing my stress in daily life and personal life and work. So I think even if we start 10 minutes of meditation every day, it will really help you clear your mind. And definitely, it aligns your thoughts if you sit on to think about a particular topic which you are really juggling with. And so after meditation, it kind of clears your mind and thoughts, and you get a different perspective after some time. Yeah, continuous meditation and breathing exercises really help in managing stress and and being happy in life.
Yeah. So meditation, yes, of course. I think it is widely suggested that yoga, meditation are one of the reasons to release your stress. That it can help you to have a peace of mind. Okay. Anyone else? If we can take some last suggestions, if someone wants to share that one activity that that can help to release the stress. Okay. Yeah. Bipin. Yes.
Hi, Mitesh. So, yes, before sharing that one particular, activity which releases my stress, in India, basically, if you go, in the ancient practices, we have been taught of, how to release stress and all, yoga and all, what all things which we, see, yoga has become yoga now. So whatever are there, A has been, put behind the. So we have been taught of all these things, but we were not knowing the significance. This is what we have now, come across. We are knowing, right? So after it has been affiliated or I would say ticked by the Western countries. Uh, for me, uh, doing any activity which I am very which I being an engineer, I like to do some programming, or I like to do some repair work uh, on my Sundays. So that is one. Apart from that, keeping myself more towards what I like. So I like gymming. That uh, keeps me. So the time which you dedicate to the things which you love. So it keeps you away from the stressful things for that particular moment. And I think this is what uh, helps us in maintaining the mental well-being, mental health.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Bipin. So I think we have three good suggestions. That one is cycling or exercising, second is meditation, and third is following some hobby, means to engaging into some engaging hobbies like swimming, as Bipin said, repairing work or whatever you like. If you do it in your free time, it will definitely improve to release your stress and keep your mental health, keep you healthy, with your mental space. So okay, so moving ahead with our last session, which is general evaluation. So I will like to call Toastmaster Misha as our today's general evaluator. Is it there?
Misha, are you there? Are you able to hear us?
Yes, yes. Sorry. Yeah, actually, I've joined from my phone, so sorry. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Misha D'Souza, and I will be your general evaluator for today. Evaluation is an extremely important part of a Toastmasters curriculum as it helps us to improve ourselves as speakers and performers, which is the essence of a Toastmasters. Because if we are not aware of our shortcomings, how are we expected to improve and how are we expected to grow? It is a combined effect of a speaker and an evaluator, which makes us a good Toastmasters. Now that I have pointed out the importance of an evaluation in a Toastmasters meeting, let me take you through the third and the last but not the least important phase of a Toastmasters meeting. Each evaluation phase consists of three phases: the speech evaluation, the tag team report, and the general evaluation. Since we did not have a speech evaluation, we will now move ahead with the tag team report. So first of all, I'd like to invite the timer, Prashant, to share the timing report. Over to you, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. Let me share my screen. Okay. So today we did not have our prepared speeches, and so we will not have our evaluations. So with regards to table topics, all the five speakers have qualified. Toastmaster Neeraj took 1 minute 31 seconds. Toastmaster Mitesh took 1 minute 25 seconds. A guest, my apologies, guest Dean took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Sanket took 1 minute 58 seconds. And Toastmaster Tushar took 1 minute 15 seconds. So that's all from the report, and back to you, General Evaluator Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prashant, for the timing report. Moving on, now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Neeraj, our counter for today, for the our counter report. Over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. Just let me share my screen in a moment. Is it visible? Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So, President Toastmaster Prashant I could not find any filler words in his usage. As a Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh used filler sounds 5+ times. And for table topics, Toastmaster Neeraj, that is myself, Mitesh and guest Dean used filler sounds 5+ times. And we did use a couple of crutch words and the filler phrases in combined. So Toastmaster Sanket used one filler sound and one filler phrases. And Toastmaster Tushar used 3 filler sounds and 1 crutch word. As timer, Toastmaster Prashant used 2 filler words, and for Toastmaster Aditya, I could not find any filler words or crutch sounds. Yeah, that's the counter report for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Misha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neeraj. Now, I would like to invite our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Aditya, to share the grammarian report. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Aditya is not here, right?
I think he got disconnected in between.
Yes, but he was there in the waiting room. I admitted him just now. I think he got disconnected again.
Maybe you can take it up later, Mission. I'll try and
Surely,
text.
ma'am.
Yeah, I'll text him and ask him. Yeah.
Surely, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. So now we are done with we are not completely done with the tax team report. We can take the grammarian report later, but now it's like to begin with the evaluations. To begin with, the meeting started at 11:07, which is fine, but we can always try to begin at 11 since it is an online meeting and it is easier and convenient for all of us to begin on time, which is important in a Toastmasters setting. We saw double hatting today with Toastmaster Aditya being the Sa and the grammarian, and Toastmaster Prashant being the presiding officer and the timer for today's meeting. Kudos to both of you for being extremely responsible. Uh, just a second. I think Aditya is trying to join. Prashant, could you please
Yes.
switch to it?
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
he is correct. You can continue, Misha. Like I will admit him
Surely.
whenever. Yes.
Surely. Uh, moving on, talking about, okay, Toastmaster Aditya is not there, but I have to give the SAR evaluation. I will still go ahead with it. Toastmaster Aditya as a sub had a good start. He laid the ground rules perfectly for the meeting and shared all the vital instructions for the smooth proceeding of the meeting. However, since Sa is the first person to speak in the meeting and also the one who sets the tone for the meeting, uh, also the Sa is the one who sets the tone for the meeting. It is always preferable to start with more energy.
Yeah, Misha, Aditya has
With
joined
more
now.
energy. Surely. Aditya, I was talking about you being a star today. So it was a great start. You laid the ground rules of the meeting well and shared all the vital instructions for the smooth proceeding of the meeting. However, since Star is the first person to speak in the meeting and also the one who sets the tone for the meeting, it is always preferable to start with more energy. And you can always add your personal touch to any and all the roles you play. Try to make it more fun and enthusiastic as everyone starts in that tone and it sets the tone of the meeting. So it's always better if the style is way more energetic and inspires everyone to take the meeting forward. But rest, it was good. Congratulations on being the star for today. Moving on, our president of the club and the presiding officer, Toastmaster Prashant, very well started the address of presiding officer. I liked how brilliantly you talked about learning and growing in Toastmasters meeting by using an analogy of learning to ride a bicycle and how perfectly it makes sense to the curriculum of a Toastmaster. You have been a pro in being a presiding officer, and I feel nothing less than proud in seeing you grow and become this incredible Toastmaster that you are today. Congratulations, Prashant. All the guest addresses were done well, and you made them comfortable as to what a host is supposed to do. So, kudos on being a brilliant presiding officer. Uh, Congratulations. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the Day, Mitesh. Superb theme, Toastmaster Mitesh, very well executed. You showed great confidence when you were on stage, and you always do that, and also on Spotlight. It was a very interactive session and showed active participation of the members who were keen to share their ideas of happiness since they found it relatable. So having a relatable theme is a huge success since people find it more people enjoy it more and they want to participate more. So I would like to congratulate you on that. You have become a pro at becoming the Toastmaster of the day, and you are always up to take up responsibilities and you give your best. I always look forward to your sessions as a Toastmaster of the day, as you always bring up creative themes and make sure you do complete justice to it. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mitesh. I would like to reiterate, since I did it in the previous meeting as well, the effort you put into design the background for all the online members is incredible. And I feel it has to be noticed and acknowledged and appreciated every time you take up the role. Even if you're not the Toastmaster of the Day, you make sure your efforts are seen, and I am very proud of you and many, many congratulations. You are an asset to our Toastmasters Club. Now coming to the tag team report, Toastmaster Aditya as a grammarian has been amazing. I like your knowledge about vocabulary and grammar, your choice of words for the word of the day are always novel and in sync with the theme. Just like this meeting, the word jovial was good and easy to use. You you gave the grammarian guidelines properly and stuck to the script. However, in an online meeting, it is imperative for the grammarian to post the word of the day in the chat box for everyone's reference, which was missing in this meeting. I also remember you giving a reminder to use the word of the day in the previous meeting, which you missed in this meeting again. But it's okay. Toastmasters is us for us to grow and learn in a positive environment. But in all, you are a great grammarian. And since you have arrived now, I would like to invite you to please give us the grammarian report for the whole meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya, for the grammarian report.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Misha, General Evaluator. Am I audible perfectly?
Yes, Aditya.
Prashant, can you share that image that I shared?
Oh, sure. I'll share it.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Bandwidth and network is playing a spoil sport today. I just got out of the meeting at a very crucial juncture. Yeah.
Aditya.
So, can everyone see the screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, coming to today's meeting, again, like every meeting, we had a very good usage of vocabulary. I would use the word fruitful as to define the type of vocabulary we use. A lot of good words. So, I have listed down the words, the good usage of the words, and the meaning of it, starting from this time. So, it gives a good um, understanding of the word's meaning as well. So, first, Toastmasters, most of the words are used by Toastmaster Sudha. The word or the phrase used by her was no dearth of, that means abundance of something. Indelible, that means something that cannot be removed or erased. Fuddy Duddy was a very new phrase for me as well. That means someone who is old fashioned or conservative, receptive, that is being open to new ideas, indebted, that is owing gratitude, generosity, meaning quality of being kind, menial, that is not requiring much skill and lacking prestige, pinch, or as Toastmaster Sanket said, bag of salt, that is without wholly believing in something and having some skepticism, dwindling, that is gradually becoming smaller. So that was a good usage of vocabulary and grammar in today's meeting. Coming to the word of the day, for this one, I have only seen Toastmaster Sudha and Toastmaster Sanket use the word. If anyone else has also used, pardon me, because there was a constant network issue, due to which I may not have been able to capture if someone else might have used the word. But yes, going ahead, and as in every meeting, we encourage everyone, we should use the word of the day more often than not. If it, I mean, it is imperative that you should use it once at least. Coming to not so good usage. So I have highlighted the correct, if you can see, Toastmaster Prashant, can you zoom in?
Yes. Are you able to see now?
Yes. So here I have highlighted and underlined the right part. So I'll just mention what was wrong in the sentence. The sentence that I've put here is the correct one. So when it comes to first one, the speaker used when it comes to coach, but Rather than that, we should make good use of articles in our language and our speech. So the correct usage would be when it comes to a coach. Second is, he advised me in a way, do advanced planning. The speaker took a pause after the word way, but rather than that, we can use a conjunction such as to. So the sentence formation looks very smooth. The third one is, the speaker used the sentence, he mentor every player in the team. But since we are using it in the past tense, we should use the word mentored. The fourth and the last one that I was able to take away from this meeting is, there is I'm audible. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Aditya, we can hear you.
Okay. So the sentence that was used was, there is a more trust. Sometimes it happens that in the haste of speaking, we kind of use the articles incorrectly, but we should be cognizant of it. So the right usage would be, there is more trust, and not there is a more trust. So the pain points of or the not so good usage of the meeting in the meeting is mostly the usage of conjunctions, mostly the usage of not so good usage of articles, and as our counter must have mentioned it, at times we use a filler word like and so on to actually combine two sentences. Rather than that, we can use a mix of articles or conjunctions. So that's my grammarian report. Again, sincere apologies from the bandwidth side. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditya, for that comprehensive report. I always admire your command over grammar, and you very well explain how to use conjunction in a sentence. So thank you for grammar uh, fact, or for a fact you actually shared with all of us. Okay, moving on. Moving on to our counter, Toastmaster Neeraj. I applaud Toastmaster Neeraj for taking the efforts to take up roles in almost all the meetings you attend, and you contribute to the success of the meeting and learn yourself. You shared the guidelines, but I feel you could be more clear while sharing the guidelines, and you were in a lot of haste while sharing the guidelines, which I feel was not, which did not help everyone to understand. There was not enough time. You did not take enough time to explain the guidelines. So try to be a bit more clear and slow in making sure that people understand the guidelines. But yes, you are improving with every meeting. I really like how you make sure that you contribute to every meeting by taking up roles, and there surely is an improvement with every role you take. It is always preferable to be creative with your role and add some personal touch. But rest, it was great. I look forward to seeing you taking up many more roles and seeing more of you in the future meetings. Coming to Toastmaster Prashant, as usual, he was good as a timer and made sure the timing cards was shown. The guidelines were not actually shared for the table topic. And since there was no prepared speech, not much was shared. But yeah, Toastmaster Prashant introduced and explained the role of a timer in a Toastmasters meeting well. But I understand double hatting is a difficult thing to do, but you did it with utmost sincerity. So kudos to that. I again would like to reiterate to all the tag team players to do not just stick to the basic script, but please do add your personal touch to any role you play. Trust me, every role you play makes a difference, and the more you add a personal touch to it, the more you improve, and it shows your creativity and your effort in making sure that you are noticed and you improve. So please, you can reach out to your mentors onto how as to how can you make the changes to the script only. It is always nice to be creative because this is a great platform for you to enhance your creative skills and make sure that you become a better speaker, because creativity helps you become a better speaker and a better person as well. Moving on, now coming to the mentor mentee session and the table topic session. Big congratulations to our table topic master and our educational session uh, like a speaker, Toastmaster Sudha. She has been brilliant. She also double-hatted today for the two most important sessions of our meeting, without which the meeting would not have even happened. So congratulations, ma'am. I am glad you took up both the important sessions in the meeting, which were extremely important for us to understand. So to begin with the mentor mentee session, it was a brilliant session by Toastmaster Sudha, who always makes sure everything is related. Who whenever spoke, made sure was related to the mentor mentee session, and everything, all the doubts, all the questions, all the queries were addressed properly. I loved the presentation which you used for your session, which had very like bullet points, everything mentioned properly. It felt like a corporate presentation and very well done. So I can see that there was maximum interaction. You answered the question answer sessions very well. It was very informative, very nuanced, and a very comprehensive and a clear discussion about what a mentor-mentee relationship is. I am pretty sure everyone will resonate with me when I say it was a very informative and a knowledgeable session, and we all learned a lot. And I'm pretty sure this will help us all improve the mentor-mentee relationship we have with our mentors and we have with our mentees as well. Thank you so much, ma'am, for addressing an important thing, which is actually an important thing in a Toastmasters curriculum. If we do not have a good mentor-mentee relationship, growth can still be stunted to a certain extent. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now coming to the table topic, Master Sudha, ma'am. So, table topic master Sudha ma'am, if I have anything to say about this session, I felt everything was discussed well. One thing which stuck with me was also one thing I want to share about the mentor mentee session was Sudha ma'am had asked me if I had anything to say about, and initially I felt everything was discussed well. But one thing which I want to share is if whenever we look up to our mentors, we feel they are perfect and they know everything. But trust me, they are mentors because they're just more experienced and they have spent more time in Toastmasters. They have taken up more responsibilities and they have learned more. But apart from that, it is a learning session for them as well. And uh, they even gain knowledge because as a mentor, they also grow when you grow as a mentee. And both of you gain because teaching is the best way of learning. So that's why when you are a mentor, you learn as well when you are when you teach somebody. And we cannot expect perfection from a mentor or or expect them to be know-it-all because it isn't possible. With every journey, we all learn together. With that said, I really enjoyed the session and the table topic session was great. It was very much in sync with the theme uh, and not just the theme, actually, the educational session, which felt like a smooth transition. We did not feel that it was a different session, and I really enjoyed. It was a thought-provoking session. It helped us all to understand the mentor-mentee relationship more. I loved how actively everyone participated, and Sudha ma'am, as usual, whether she's a table topic master or a table topic speaker, she has to be the best at it. So congratulations, ma'am. I really enjoyed. In all, it was a great session, very informative, very educational. And I would like to congratulate everyone, all the tag team players, all the role bearers, and all the participants for being for the active participation in this meeting. The success of every meeting depends on the role players as well as the attendees. So congratulations to all of you. A big, huge round of applause. And with being a gender evaluator, I have learned to listen and learn more. And I take away a lot of knowledge every time I take up this role. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I now hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day for the closing remarks. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha, for a detailed general evaluation of the meeting. Moving ahead with the closing remarks of the meeting. So, with the theme which we started with a great insightful discussion about what is the definition of happiness as an individual. So, everyone has shared their definition. They formed the definition of happiness. What are the factors they relate to with when it comes to the happiness? Then we discussed about mental health. How can we follow some good activities, engaging activities to release our stress? And also, we had a great mentor mentee session hosted by Toastmaster Sudha, and also the table topic session. I believe that when it comes to the theme of today, that is happiness, I would just want to say that optimism, positivity is one of the factors that uh, is what a deciding factor of being happy and being unhappy. So I would say that being more having more positive outlook towards even if towards your failures or your setbacks would definitely uh, keep your happiness parameter more healthy. So I would say that optimism is what I think we should adapt to, and try to be as Toastmaster Sudha ma'am also said in the beginning, that smile even in the setbacks, even in trying to face your challenges with a smile can also help you to overcome it. So obviously positivity and trying following the activities that are suggested by our fellow members, so that could also be one of the ways to help you to become more happier in life. And that's it. So I would request Toastmaster Prashant to release the poll results if everyone is done with the voting.
Yeah, sure, Mitesh. So
Yeah.
I hope everyone has voted. So I had pasted the voting links in our Zoom chat as well as in our WhatsApp chat. So let me see the results for now. I think for best of big three, there are three less responses which we got as compared to the other two polls. So anyone who have not yet voted, please do vote.
Also, we are going to take a screenshot of our meeting today. So I request everyone for last minute if they can switch on their cameras and uh, for the screenshot. And if they can put a virtual background relating to the theme, the members, it would be great.
Yeah, sure. Mitesh, and one more thing. So till the time everyone complete their voting, I would like to ask our guests for their feedback and how did
Yeah.
they find the meeting. So yes, so guest Dean, uh, would you like to tell us how did you like the meeting today and any feedback for us?
I really enjoyed it. I think this is like the most I've interacted in a Toastmasters online meeting. Um, I really liked uh, every session. I think uh, people were really into it, right? Like everyone was really active and um, yeah, just very enthusiastic about it all. I like the subject of positivity and happiness. I don't have much feedback. Is just that I think in my past experiences of attending a meeting, people are very particular about, or rather even strict about when the meeting starts and when the meeting ends. So that's the only thing. I'm not saying that I'm perfect at at coming on time or leaving on time. But that's just like one piece of feedback since I've seen people discuss that a lot.
Yes, yes, thank you, Dean, for that feedback. And I, yes, surely agree. There is a great participation in all our club meetings, and Regarding the timings, yes, it's not that strict, but we have to be careful going forward, especially with our offline meetings also, so that we start and end on time. Yes. Now, guest Prerak, would you like to share your experience of the meeting?
Yeah. So I obviously I also enjoyed the meeting a lot. But the thing that I want to mention, especially mention, is that I liked the session taken by Toastmaster Sudha a lot. It was very insightful and yeah, it was something that had added a lot of value. I Yes, that's all from my side. I thoroughly enjoyed. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Prerak. Uh, Now moving to Smith. Smith, for the second time, like, would you like to share your experience with the online meeting this time? Yeah.
Yeah, like this meeting was also very insightful, like the last time. So, as someone who's going to enter the workforce soon, like internships and all, this meeting was really helpful for me. This topic and actually this topic. So, yeah, it was very great. Thank you.
Thank you, Smith, and hope to see you in our next hybrid meeting also. Uh, so yes, so now I think now everyone is done with their polls. So let me have a final look. Yeah, so yes, the results are out for the best table topic speaker for today. Any guesses?
I think Toastmaster Sanket could be the one.
Yeah, Toastmaster
No,
Sanket.
no question.
Dean also to be, or is it?
Yes, that is correct. Again, Toastmaster Sanket have aced the tabletop as a table topic speaker. Kudos to him. And now coming to the best tag role player for today. Any guesses?
I think it should be Toastmaster Aditya. I
In Toastmaster Aditya as well.
Yeah, let me check still. But no, it's a surprise. So the best tag role player for today is Toastmaster Prashant. That's me. And thank you for voting for me. Like this time it was a super impromptu timer role. So yes. And now coming to the best of big three. Yeah, so any guesses? So it's a tough competition actually this time.
Toastmaster Sudha.
Sudha.
Yeah, Toastmaster Sudha.
Yes, that's correct. So Toastmaster Sudha is the best of big three for today. So there was a very tough fight between all the three role players this time, and yes, Toastmaster Sudha have won with a slight margin. So yes, that's it for the polls, and I just have some few announcements. So yeah, so we are planning to have our speech marathon in our next meeting. So, and I'm sure it will be a very thrilling experience for everyone. And actually, few of the members have opted not to give a speech in today's meeting so that they can directly give their speech in the speech marathon. So we will be surely looking forward to their speeches. And then on 23rd, we have our club elections planned for electing the ExCom for our next tenure for the next 6 months. And we will soon be sending out the Google Forms for nominating yourself for taking the ExCom roles. So please do fill out the forms and please opt for these roles. So it's a great learning experience being a ExCom member of the club. So please do nominate yourself. And also, yeah, start preparing for your speeches if you have not started yet for the next week, as we currently have around 9 to 10 speakers in our our speech marathon for next week. And yes, so just closing, like everyone participated very actively. Thanks to everyone, and a great TMoD role taken by Mitesh. The theme was really sweet and simple, yet very relevant and relatable, I must say. And I can see the new members getting quite comfortable with the roles like a grammarian, R counter, etc. And so kudos to all of you. And yes, happy Sunday and enjoy the India-Pakistan match today. Thank you. And
Just a minute.
sorry, Sudha ma'am had to say yes
Yeah.
something. Yes. Yeah, Sudha ma'am.
I just have 2 points. One is related to the topic that we covered today, which is mentor-mentee. So everyone who has not been assigned your mentor, please reach out to the VP Education or Prashant and get that sorted as soon as possible. Like I mentioned, the ball is in your court. So if you have not got a mentor, you've not got an assignment, please reach out. That's number one, because then even the VP Education is going to find a mentor accountable for the progress and taking up speeches in the future. So we don't want any meeting without a prepared speech. It will be good if everyone gets a chance over a period of time. There are other clubs where you have to stand in a queue to get your slots, let me tell you. So we are very lucky here. So please embrace it and come forward. That's number one. Number two, Prashant, it's also important for us to tell them that we will be having a celebration time, which is what we are planning to do in the first week of July. And first week of July, right, Prashant?
Or the June
Yes.
end.
Why don't you why
Yes,
don't you
yes,
share
ma'am. So Mitesh, actually, we have not connected internally after that. So yes, earlier we were planning to have our 150th meeting celebration on 30th June. But I mean, due to some unavailability of certain members, we are planning to postpone it to first week of July. So along with our celebrations, we will also be having a installation ceremony of our newly elected ExCom members. So as I mentioned, the elections are on 23rd June. So by the time of our celebration, which will be 1st July, we will already know who are our new ExCom team. And so both these things will go together, and we search and finalize a good venue for our celebration. So, and we will keep you informed through our WhatsApp chat.
Yeah, so just please attend the next 3 meetings, very important, because elections, speech marathon, and the celebration. I think these are very important things. So please come out and try to manage your personal schedules in a way that you are all present, because we want this term to close on a high. And before we hand it over to the next ExCom members. And yes, please put your name forward for the elections and the nominations. We want new members to take up ExCom roles.
Okay, last, we will like to take a screenshot. So if everyone can just switch on their camera just for a second, it will be great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and just can show an emoji on the window.
Yeah, Mitesh, let us know when you are clicking, so that because the emoji will go away after some time. Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's done. Thank you, everyone, for this screenshot, and we will going to meet the next time, which is speech marathon. So I hope all the speakers who are participating, they are started preparation for the speech, and we'll meet in the next meeting. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Mitesh.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you, everyone.
Thank you,
Happy
everyone.
Sunday.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good Sunday.
Thank
At
you.
the match. Yeah, okay.